Previously, I created this camera follow script that followed the player on the X and Y axis, but when it comes to camera following, there is much more than meets the eye. To illustrate this, I will show you the end result of this video. Here you can see when the character is facing right, our camera has an offset to the x-axis, and when we are facing left, we are kind of shifted to the left, or our camera has an offset to the left side. By the way, I am going to have this project in GitHub, and you can go ahead and download or clone the repository so that you can follow along with me. So next up, I'm going to go to the player script that I have created previously in my last video. And here, the first thing that I'm going to do is actually we need to find a way to differentiate between what's left and what's right. And the way we do that is by using a what is known as an enumerator. So this is going to be called direction, our enumerator, and I'm going to say that it's a num. Okay, and the enumerator takes kind of values which are whatever you want. So here I'm going to say right and left. And if you know a little bit about enumerators in C#, they are created this is going to be a 0, as you can see here. This one is going to be 1, because if you don't specify a value for it, for example, if I say 100, it's going to override it basically. So here I'm going to initialize this variable which I'm going to create now, and it's going to be of type direction. I'm going to name it direction, and I'm going to assign it to direction.right. So we want to be facing the right way by default. So the next thing, and actually the final thing that I'm going to do here in this file, is actually add a what are known as getters and setters. So those will be public, and they will be of type direction. And I'm going to name the enumerator facing direction. The getter and setter. And inside, this thing takes a get, which is the getter. It's going to return the direction. And if you remember here, we created this variable direction, and it's going to return the current value of it. Okay, so the next thing is going to be our setter, and this is going to set the direction, the variable that we created, to whatever is passed in, and that is referenced by this keyword value. So whatever we pass to facing direction, it will get assigned here to the direction, the instance variable. Okay, so now what we need to do is actually go to the follow script. So open it up, and what we want to do is we want to have access from the Unity from Unity to the position offset, and that position offset is going to be of type actually with a public accessor. It's going to be of type vector3, and I'm going to name it position offset. So this is going to be the offset that is going to be applied to whatever side we are facing. If we are facing right, it will get the X value of this position offset, and depending on what we have set to it, it will get appended. So I'll show you what I mean right now. So here I'm going to say if, something else, by the way, I just forgot. We have this game object here, which is the player, and if we try to access whatever the game object has, it won't give us the direction. So that's why we need to basically make it of type player, and that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, this is now of type player, and now we can access this direction variable via the getter that we just created. Okay, so I'm gonna say if if the player direction dot facing direction equals 2 equals, not 3, this is not JavaScript, equals player direction dot right. So this is the enumerator that we created, and it's public, that's why we can access it here. If it's facing right, we want to append to the end position dot x plus equals whatever the position offset dot x is. And in the other case, which is going to be our left facing, we want to have player dot facing position direction, sorry, equals player dot direction dot left. In this case, we want to subtract from it, so it's minus equals position offset dot x, and yeah, I forgot the x here, and yeah, again. So this should work. Now if I go to Unity Hub, at first I don't get anything, and that's why I have to go to main camera and assign a position offset here. So this is the public variable that we created, and if I set it to 3, it's going to get appended when we go to the right, and something is wrong here. Oh yeah, I haven't set the player. So here I'm gonna drag it, and now it should work because it's at null reference exception. Okay, I'm gonna save this and run it again. Okay, so now you can see that we are facing right with a slight offset, and if I go to the left, it's not working. So debugging time. Okay, so I figured out what I got wrong, and it was very obvious. Here in the player script, I need to go and say facing direction equals direction dot right, if I am facing the right, of course. So here you can see in the if statement that I have the D key and the right arrow, so those both resemble moving right. And I need to do the same for the left. So facing direction equals direction dot left, and that should do the trick. I'm gonna click play again, and okay, the right side works. If I go to the left, it works as well. Alright everybody, so this was all for this video. I hope this helped you a little bit for managing your camera movements. There are a lot of other things that you can do here. For example, you can create something like a dead zone, which apparently Cinemachine supports. And if you are within that dead zone, you can move freely without the camera changing to the right and the left, which is going to be a pretty challenging experience if I have to do it without it. So maybe I will do it in the future videos. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to not miss any notifications. Bye.